All right, hard to believe, but joining me now is NBA insider Patrick Gilroy. You saw it, didn't believe it. I saw it, didn't believe it. But the NBA trade that the Dallas Mavericks just made with the LA Lakers is just the most bizarre thing you've ever heard.
From a basketball stance, it makes no sense at all. You've got two teams going in two different directions.
Right.
The Mavericks have struggled since being in the finals last year. There's 3 games over 500. I understand the need to shake it up. This goes well beyond shaking it up, Steve. But again, from a Celtics fan point of view, what worries me is people still associate Mark Cuban with the Dallas Mavericks because he's still there, still front and center.
But he's no longer the owner.
He's no longer the owner. He's got a tiny little stake, and he's still front and center, which is the deal the Celtics have laid out with Wyc Grousbeck.
Right.
So once they get sold, Wyc is still going to be front and center. He's going to be at the games, the face of the franchise until at least 2028. Luka was due for a 5-year Supermax deal this offseason, $350 million. So does that mean the new owners said, you know, maybe not, maybe he's not the guy, maybe conditioning, maybe defense, whatever it is? Does that give you any worrisome sort of thoughts here as to whoever buys the Celtics, are they going to start to go down this road because of the multiple aprons now that you got to pay?
I get that.
They're a $300 million tax team this year, Steve.
I get that, but can I go back to the trade itself?
Sure.
Okay. Rudy Gobert, you got 4 first-round picks for the guy.
Brad Stevens got 2 for Marcus Smart.
They get 1?
It makes
for Luka?
So
1?
So why, if Dallas had decided to give up on Luka, whether it's because of basketball reasons, conditioning reasons, or financial reasons, why didn't Dallas reach out to teams like Minnesota, teams like the Celtics? There's been Jaylen Brown still remains quietly in trade talks here, there, and everywhere.
Why wouldn't you create a bargaining war?
And somehow Danny Ainge weaseled his way in, like he always does. This deal does not go through without Danny Ainge sort of raising his hand saying, hey, I can make this happen. I can facilitate it for you guys. Danny Ainge will never change. But why don't they create a bidding war and get the best talent available? If I'm a Mavericks fan, I'm not happy today. Look, Anthony Davis, really great player, going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. 32 years old, still in the prime of his career, and he's been relatively healthy.
32 years old. Luka's 25 years old.
So you're talking about setting the Lakers up for the next decade, Steve. And now as LeBron begins to fade away, whatever that means for LeBron, they've got the next face of their franchise ready to go. And I've never seen a team, whether you go all the way back to Wilt Chamberlain, to Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, this team always has the next face ready to go, and they've done it again in Los Angeles.
So now the Celtics-Lakers rivalry just explodes.
It has to, right?
It just explodes.
No matter what happens in Boston with the new owners, this team is primed to contend for the next half a dozen years. And the Lakers, you got to believe, they're going to go all in on whatever the next iteration of the Lakers is with Luka as their foundation.
So now LeBron wants to stay forever.
Well, it's possible. It's possible.
He wants to stay.
Can Luka stay away from In-N-Out Burger in Los Angeles? That ultimately is the question.
Can they play together?
So I think they can. Both of these guys need the ball in their hands. There's no doubt about that.
There's only one ball.
There's only one ball. They're going to need a legitimate facilitator. It's a shame that there isn't a guy like a Rajon Rondo that is thriving in the league today. They need a pass-first point guard to make these guys better right now. They don't have that guy on the roster. You thought J.J. Redick had his hands full going into the season?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. This is a whole new dynamic.
How did this come about with nobody knowing? How did they keep this thing quiet?
Look, we've seen this happen before. In 2009, 2008, when the Celtics went against Pau Gasol and that Lakers team, when the Lakers traded for Pau, there was not even a whisper around the league that Pau Gasol was going to be traded. And then there he was as a member, not just a member, he was 1A to Kobe Bryant and nearly beat the Celtics in 2008. The Lakers are good at this. Rob Pelinka is good at this. He's done it before. He might do it again.
Good stuff. Celtics-Lakers, here we go again. How can we find you?
So you can find me at Gilroy on Hoops or at Cat and Pat Chat. That's our podcast. We are on Season 3, Episode 2 right now. So we're doing all kinds of stuff, NBA stuff, personal stuff. And Steve, I got to tell you, man, this is awesome to be here and to talk Celtics basketball as we look for championship number 19.
19.
19.
Good stuff.
All right, man.
Patrick Gilroy.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right.